All right. How we all doing today? Who's ready to make some money? Let's see. What do we want to start with? Should we see if there's any new DAs? Yeah, let's start with that one. George Lopez, great to see you in here. It's always my friend. Loved your show. Loved waking up at 3 in the morning to Grandma Benny jumping on the trampoline. Lowedaddy playing in the background. A lot of my friends call me Lowedaddy. TC. The OG TC, JC. He calls me Lowedaddy. Uh-oh. That's not good to see. Hindenburg. Ooh. Oh, what? This is not what he advertised. This is dog shit. Well, I guess this is good for finding companies before they have targets. I shouldn't call it dog shit. This is alright. Yo, trouble in the neighborhood. How are you, my friend? You making some money today, brother? Hooray. I want target announced. That'll be good. They won't tell you anywhere. There we go. Target details. Beautiful. Go to your comments. Target found is true. Target name, let's go. DraftKings already is public. Open Nuggets already public. I don't want anyone who has already been completed. I want a target announced. VET, I have not. Let's take a look at that. Let's go look at their. I'm gonna bring this over here. So I can start filling this out. I'll go look at their earnings. What's the deal with them? Are you in them already? Excuse me. Allergy season, you guys gotta get used to that. I sneeze a lot. Oh. Make sure I clear that out. Usually a 2-for-1 special, so I wanted to wait for that one. Last thing I want is boogers on camera on YouTube. That never goes away. That'll follow me to my grave. Alright, SEC filings. We'll look at their Q4 earnings. Oh, the coin? VeChain, that's what I'm in, yeah. AONE. What is the write-up? What did my write-up look like on that one? Can't remember what company it was, but as soon as I see it, that's why we got the database for y'all. I hope that y'all are liking it so far. We're going to continue improving it over here, and you know, make it a kick-ass tool for, you know, you or any of your friends or anyone who want to use it. Make it available for y'all. Mark Forge, that was like the 3D printing one, right? Yeah, desktop metal. I'll have to run through that one again, because that was one of my original ones. So all of my notes aren't great for it yet. That's when we had like 50 people in the room with us also, so I couldn't do the deep dives. Like, I'm loving doing the deep dives recently. We get to less companies, but we're learning more about them, which is ultimately what I want to do. So, and that's how you make the best decisions, right? You know, we might find out about a bunch of these companies, and you know, I brought it up in the Discord earlier. You know, Warren Buffett, Charles Munger, their piece of advice for anyone investing is, you know, to really understand the company that you're investing in. That's why Warren Buffett, you know, he's not a smart guy, or not that smart of a guy. He's a smart guy. That's what smart guys say about themselves usually. But he can understand Dairy Queen. That's why he bought it, right? He can understand Coca-Cola. He can understand what makes their business work and what it looks like when it's running well, what it doesn't look like when it's not running, or what it looks like when it isn't running well, and you know, truly understands the companies, so he wants to own them. You know, that's what shares are. You're owning a piece of the company. He passed. I mean, he bought 100 shares of Microsoft when it was dirt cheap because Bill Gates sat there for 9 hours with him and really, you know, explained it to him like he was 5 years old. But he, you know, he said he was a great teacher. He's just not a good student. But because he's such a good teacher, he's like, I wanted to buy at least 100 shares of it because I thought that he would do well, and so he made money on Microsoft. This is from like a 1990s interview from Warren. Go on YouTube, listen to this guy's interviews from the past 50 years. He's you know, he's incredible. We're lucky to still have him around. Value investing is not going to die. This kind of speculative growth that happens in every cycle, and he points it out in one of his late 90s interviews right before the dot-com bubble pops, of all this speculative growth, similar to what we're seeing today, kind of eerie, that eventually it's all fun and games. We can all continue growing, and he uses this great analogy. What's going on, Savvy? You'll like this one too. He uses a great analogy of how it's all fun and games, and if you were to take, hypothetically, a neighborhood, 100 houses, and we had 100 of our friends in there, and we all agreed to just continue buying and selling homes from one another for a 20% gain year after year, we could hypothetically continue growing forever, and all of our wealth is going to grow along with that. And the only issue is when one person decides that they want to leave the neighborhood, now all of a sudden you've got 100 homes and you only have 99 buyers, and that's when the price starts to plummet. So when people are in the market, it's all fun and games. There's speculative growth everywhere. But when people start to panic and their emotions take over and they sell, which is human behavior to do if they don't know any better and they're, you know, they don't want to lose their money, they you know, any money that goes in the market, you should be willing to keep it there for at least 5 years. It will turn around. Thank you, Savvy. Appreciate you, my friend. You need to be willing to keep it there for at least, you know, 5 years. Let it turn around. Otherwise, you're going to be playing these growth cycles. You're going to be trying to time the market, and you're not going to win that game. No one can time the market. The money being in the market, though, it will grow even if it falls today. So, you know, use that analogy as you will, but if you want to go learn about, you know, how to find good companies and identify them and what to invest your money into and make sure that your money grows, because the worst thing you can do as an investor is lose money. When you lose money, you need to make, I mean, I could pull up that later in the stream as well. You need to make way more money to make it back as you lose more money. So if you lose 25%, if you lose 10%, you need to make 10% back, or 11% back, in order to get to even. $1,000, lose 10% is at 900. Now I need to turn my 900, I need to grow 11%, because if I grow at 10%, it only grows to 990. You know, as you lose more money, if you lose 20%, 30%, it gets even harder and harder to make that money back. All right, let's look for a stack here. I don't want anything with a merger completed. I want target details, target announced. Sorted by this. Yeah. I don't want to sort it. The SPAC button. I wonder. I'm gonna talk to my developers and see if we can maybe source some of this info into our sheet for y'all. Financial group. When was this announced? It's gonna be in order. These are all 2020s. See if we have any 21s in here. It's full screen. Damn, it does not let us sort it. This is a useful sheet. I'm not gonna belittle it. Fisker is dog shit. Waiting for their earnings to come out. Wait until that. If you guys aren't in Fisker already, I'd advise, caution there. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't advise you to do anything with your money. But if you are in Fisker, be very, very careful. Henrik Fisker is a con man. He is a snake oil salesman. He's tried Fisker once. He's failed once. He unethically released vehicles on the market that he knew weren't safe, that he knew that the batteries were catching on fire in testing. And he released them anyway for the sake of, getting the product out there. You can't do that. That's humans you're putting in those cars, and wouldn't you know it, the cars started catching on fire. As soon as they were pushed to the public, they had to recall all the vehicles, which cost them even more money than a delay would have ever cost them, and they ultimately had to close the company. He also got indicted, not just charged, he got indicted for investment fraud. He was misleading investors, telling them information that wasn't true, and leaving out information that he knew would make them less likely to invest, such as the batteries are catching on fire. He got indicted for that, not just charged. Look it up. So that's why I've been way against Fisker for a long time. I don't care how cool their cars look. I don't think they're that great, honestly. There's not really any competitive advantage I see, besides for Fisker being great at designing these vehicles. With their price point, puts them right competing against the Model 3. They won't win there. They're not as efficient. Where they still tech the US, at least it means that he would have tech. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Trouble in the Neighborhood, look it up. Henrik Fisker is a con man. He may have had, because they're public now, the merger's completed, he may have had his PR team go through and try to, scrape the internet of all these posts that talk about that, or at least cover things up. But back in September, that's what I was seeing, and that's why I never bought in. I think it was like $28 then, and it hasn't touched that price since. Made short-term gains on a lot of things. Which of these sounds interesting? Maybe we should go by whatever sector they're in. Fisker's already completed. What is this CIK? No, I don't want mergers that are completed. Ava. Didn't we just do Ava recently? Helion, there's that one. Ava's LiDAR one, okay. Valentine. I wish it's sorted by this date. Okay, here's this one, SoFi. Hippo Enterprises. What the hell is that? Home insurance technology startup, okay. Hmm. Software. SoFi. Evolve we've done. Nerdy. I don't know what Nerdy does. Leading direct is a leading direct-to-consumer curated gig economy platform for live online learning. Ooh. NRDY. Let's look at that one today. Oh, what ticker they currently are. There we go, look at that one. Okay, let's go to page 5. This is still in targeted mouse, okay. It's a music streaming app popular in the Middle East and North Africa, okay. Oh, we already saw SoFi, Innovis Technologies, leading in, oh, we already saw that one. We did IonQ the other day. Autonomo is the leading platform marketplace for vehicle data. Center of the data revolution in the automated mobility space. Don't know enough about that sector. Digital and virtual behavior healthcare company. Having a new scalable source of EV battery metals in the form of, okay. This is one to look into. I think I'm a little bit late on the MP materials train because I didn't have enough liquidity. That's my mistake. This might be a good opportunity to get into another company before I have an opportunity to build up enough liquidity to get into MP materials. Okay, this is a deep green. See if I can just do this. I'm going to do public over here. Public. Get a Q going. Alright. We've done EVGo, I'm pretty sure. Novix. Our pet sitters and dog walkers. Everyone's at home right now. I don't know when people are going to go back to the offices or if they're really going to see, everyone flood back into offices because companies are finding it might be more efficient for them to use their money on just letting people work from home, do a virtual work day. remote have a remote team, and it might be more cost effective than renting out these giant offices that they typically have been doing forever. So we'll see. We'll have to wait there. So I'm not too interested in Rover. Apply. That one. About that, we did XOS yesterday. I do like them a lot. Quantum side. One down. We've done 23 and me. I do want to do Clover today, just because it's gone. I guess it's gone public, so I can't do Clover. And SPACs. I wonder when Clover's going to have their first earnings report. Well, let's see if they did. That's weird. So it's financial results for the fourth quarter and fiscal year ended, yada yada yada. Back here. I don't want their selected balance sheet. I want the full thing. What? Press release. What? NLSP. Which one was that again, Savvy? Oops. Nope. Nope. That ain't it. What company is NLSP? Ours can go off this, I think. Unfortunately. No, I'm good. I won't do any DD there since it doesn't need to be done. Appreciate that. But what company was that? That's what I'm wondering right now. NLS Pharmaceutical. Got you. Okay. Congratulations on the gains. You know me. I am very selective in my bag holding, and I did not, unfortunately, have the liquidity to get into that play. I have a lot of plays I want to get into right now. So I need to become more liquid somehow, some way, without selling my shares of anything I own, because I don't want to. So that means I gotta make money elsewhere. If anyone needs a babysitter, I will babysit for you. I'm gonna put a little block here just so I know where I started. Clove. Alright. What are they in there in healthcare? We got a pretty good list of SPACs over here today. Should last us. Alright, company's current share price. It's it's a good problem to have, I think, if you know what some good plays are, what they look like, where to identify them, you're gonna be okay. If that's the worst of your concerns, is I just don't have enough money to invest in everything I want to invest into. I think even Warren might say that. Even Chamath says that. I've only babysat at one time. I think I'm highly unqualified for it. But if you think it's a chick magnet, we will offer up babysitting services to anyone looking for them. Make sure we got what we need here. So they don't give us their total liability, or they don't give us their current liabilities. That kind of sucks. Ugh. Let me see if I can find it here. Clover Health. Current liabilities. Balance sheet. Yeah, I don't have anything filed. We got their assets, which we can see. Right, here's this one. Let's see. Shared a 15-point checklist for companies in Patreon chat this morning, last night for you guys. You can change it. It is set for growth stocks, but you can change forward PE. Oh, I'll take a look at that as well. Thank you, Savvy. You're the man. Alright, so we're not going to get what we're looking for, unfortunately. That's probably some of the backlash Clover's getting. It's kind of shady that they're not releasing a 10K or a 10Q when they're supposed to with their earnings. I don't know why they're not held to the same standard everyone else is, or if that's even supposed to be optional. I don't think it is. Alright, these are in thousands. We'll look at total assets, 267 million. Total assets end of previous year were way higher somehow. They just went public this past year. This makes no sense at all. Probably why they're getting backlash. Total liabilities went up. Oops. By $10 million. Debt to asset ratio makes them insolvent currently. Probably why they didn't file their 10K or 10Q. They just picked and chose which ones to present to people. It's kind of sad. Current assets, they don't even identify that. They just have cash equivalents. They're down over $100,000 their current assets are from last year, or from 2019. The current liabilities they don't even define in here. Warrants payable aren't due for a while. Notes and securities payable, net of discount for insurance costs, not due. Unpaid claims, so that's probably our current 103,976.3. So they've got healthy liquidity, apparently. Let's see what our shareholder equity looks like. Somehow we went backwards this year. That's pretty disappointing. You just went public. You should not be going backwards immediately. Oops. Nope, that was what it was the year before. We're at a deficit. Company's been running like shit. Man, I'm happy I didn't dive into IPOC blindly. Let's look at our preferred. Oh my god. Let me see. I gotta double check this one, but their preferred stock is not great. Oops. Oh, what is this? Yeah, they do have. Oh my god. It is not good to see. Look at all this preferred stock we're up against. This is what ours is currently worth as a common stockholder. But for book value per share, you need to subtract the preferred stock from there first. Yikes. So we're looking at 560. Oh, sorry. We're looking at. Yeah, $447 million in preferred stock being held as well that we're up against. This number is going to become even smaller. It's going to be negative $1 billion. Our equity's not worth anything if you're a shareholder. That's why people are getting out. Find that number in a second. That's disappointing. This one, right now that we're just doing a Clover Health's very limited earnings report that they offered, because I don't know, I haven't looked at them since September when I was potentially going to enter, and I just didn't see anything that really stood out to me that made me want to enter. So this is their 2020 annual. We're going to finish this up, and we got a list of SPACs we're about to go hunt. I'm going to wrap this up quick because this is a shit company. I wouldn't put a single dollar in this company. Surprised Shamoth did. Alright, total revenues. Fourth quarter. I do not have Clover, thank God. So they made 166 million in the fourth quarter of this year, of 2020. Fourth quarter of 2019, they did 275 million. So we've gone up in revenue year to date. Let's see what we did. We did way more revenue year to date. We did this in 2019, the full year, up by 210 million. You can see. And these are coming from premiums, it looks like, which is good. Those are subscription based. Let's look at our net income, which is a loss. Let's see what our profit margins look like after this. Negative 81 million. Previous year, same period, less revenue. We did negative 78. Oops. Did you see that Hindenburg research thing about Ride? I did briefly skim over that today in the very beginning. When I first pulled the stream up, when we were looking for SPACs, it was on Reddit. I don't know if I haven't looked into it because I don't hold Ride anymore. I sold out of Ride and I bought into RMGB with my initial investment and my earnings from Ride. So I did get a 100% plus earning there. God damn, when it was still DPHC, that would have just absolutely gone to the fucking moon if Workhorse would have gotten that contract. Not to say that they won't. I mean, I haven't kept up with that since, but yeah, I did skim over that earlier today. What is this? Oh, that's the difference. Okay. And then we're looking at full year. It was negative 91, so pretty good actually. I wonder if they're accounting for all the money they just got in their merger. Maybe. We'll see. Net income year to date for the previous year was this. Look at these profit margins now. Q4 2020, Q4 2019. We are heading in the right direction. You like to see that. 2020 annual, 2019 annual. CC from yesterday. You want to elaborate on that, Stephanie? I'm not sure what you mean. Oops. Yes, discerning though. Hmm. Alright, there's our notes over there. I need to go find their outstanding shares, which of course they don't have on here. Over hell. Outstanding shares. Oh, you know what we can do? We can just take the current price and divide that into their market cap. See, price at the beginning of this was 83, gave us that, okay. $404 million. Okay, so 404, 303, 511. Alright, watch what our equity's worth. This is going to be disgusting. Book value per share is negative $2.51. Our price to book ratio, and you very rarely see a negative ratio. We have a negative value. So we're trading at 3.5 times. Well, if this was a positive value, we're trading at, oh my god, I don't even know how they're doing this. So we're trading at 3.5 times this value right now, essentially. If you were to multiply it once, you'd go back to even. Twice, you'd go back to 251. 3 times, you'd go back to 502. And I don't know. It's not good though. You don't want to be a part of this company. All right, let's catch up in chat. CC from yesterday. What do you think about that? FORWCC. How much? Let me look at that real quick. I don't know what this is. That's where my confusion is stemming from. Oh, the conference call. Who had is that what you mean, Stephanie? Forwardly. I did not listen to that. What happened on the conference call? What did you think of it? So yeah, I'm gonna rely on you to relay whatever you heard yesterday if you listened to the conference call, because I'm not familiar with Forwardly. I'm not familiar with anything going on there for the most part. What? You turned 200K into a billion in 2 months. What? You're talking about $200,000 into $1 billion, or you're talking about 200,000 shares into 1 billion shares in 2 months, Stephanie? Just so I understand correctly. Let's see what we want to look at first. We want to look at nerdy. Oh yeah. He had I just saw that article that he got 500 million warrants for TSMP. So this is at 10:30. Up 3 cents on the day. Investor presentation now. $1.3 trillion TAM. So big pie to get a share of. Show me the transaction overview. Enterprise value is $1.4 billion. Equity value after the merger completes will be 1.702. There we go. What are we getting from that? We are getting where are FPA investors? Oh, for forward purchase agreements, okay. Those will not be ruled in there. SPAC is getting 26%. And sponsors are getting 5%, giving us a post-merger. I don't know if it'll make much sense, does it? It's barely moved. Oh, it's because we're getting such a large chunk of the pie. We're getting a lot of shares in our pool right now. So that's why this number is moving more than it typically would with only 30 cents of price movement. So the market cap is actually going up drastically. Let's put the revenue and their forecast. Okay, so revenue, we're looking at this. 2019 is actual, so we'll do that one. This is in millions. And then we're going to do 2020 through 2023. So let's just do 2021 through 2023. So this is 2021, 2022, and 2023 projections. That's going to give us a CAGR. Give me a second. Starting at 91, and we are growing to 267. Pretty conservative, looks like. In 1, 2, 3, 4 years. 30.88%, very conservative. All right. There are the numbers. Let's see what we're looking at competitor-wise. We're looking at Chegg, so big. Come on. That's math museum, okay? Math museum, Berlitz. Udemy is the biggest one I see. Coursera, I mean Chegg of course also. I don't want to discredit Chegg. Coursera's big. Pluralsight. InLearning, which was Linda. So this is not 1.3 trillion. This is 62 billion. Okay, so this is going to be blank investors. They do a pretty impressive investment team. TPG Pace, I think it was Tech Opportunities Corp. And it's going to be TCV. And this one's pretty impressive also, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. There you go. don't know. What do y'all want to see? After I finish this, we've got a couple options as to where we can go unless you guys bring something else up. I'm thinking about doing deep green metals because that looks like it could be a play um, to get into if we didn't get into MP materials. What do y'all want to see? Hmm. $10.30 we're at today over here. Down 2 cents. So they're around Hawaii. Put these numbers in there. Equity value of a little under $3 billion. Thank you, Savvy. Appreciate you as always, my friend. This is I'm definitely looking into this company because MP Materials, I recommended. It's taken off since, but it looks like this could be a big competitor there that we can get into for a fair price right now compared to paying $40 for MP Materials. I think it's a fine company. I just think this company can do some damage also if all looks good here. Let's see. I'm not seeing the revenue. There we go. So they have pre-revenue, which is typically a no-go for me. This would be definitely heading in the direction of the future. Can they make it there, though? That's what we got to figure out. So we are at $0 in 2021. Our projections take us, their projections go all the way to 2046. But they peak in 2031. Hmm. 2024, we can do 2027. that. So 0 is where we're starting. We're going up to 54, 59. We're going to get there in 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 10 years. Okay, so it won't calculate that far. Let's see. 251, 254, 59. We're going to get there from 2024, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7 years. 55% growth rate. It was 54, I think, $5.4 billion. This thing here. This. JC, what's going on? Great to see you in here. Better late than ever. You didn't miss much. We're going over another rare earth metals company that's similar to MP Materials, which I recommended way back when. Um, well, first in the private Discord before TC took to YouTube back in September, I recommended MP Materials. That's when they were FVAC. Trading between $10 and $20 then. They've gone, way past that point. Last I saw they were above $40. I have no idea what they're at now today though. But I didn't get in myself. I didn't have enough liquidity, so this might be an opportunity for me to jump into one of these plays to get into the metal companies that supply the metals for the EV batteries that are going to be in high demand for the next decade plus. So that's what we're looking at right now. I'm just trying to decipher let's do this. There we go. And then investors. Looking for a TAM to move on afterwards. This is SOAC. They are merging with a company called Deep Green, and when the merger completes, the company's name will switch from Deep Green, along with its ticker, to the Metals Company, which I love. I like everything I'm seeing on here. I'm just looking for a TAM before I can move on from this company. Trying to take a deep dive approach into these specs. We used to do, 5-minute segments of me powering through these investor presentations, but I think this was much more effective when making any investment decisions. So doing what? This is lithium, nickel. What's M add on the periodic table? Is that magnesium? Then we got cobalt and copper. Manganese. Got it. Oh, they don't give me a TAM here, unfortunately, from what I can see. Yeah, I can do that one right after this one. I'm about to be done with it, so let me hop right on that for you, JC. I've seen a lot of on a wide range, so I'm just gonna do 10 million for now. 10 billion. Alright, let me put this last note here. I need to find the exact slide though, really quick. And then we can move on to JOAN for you, JC. Go. JOAN Fabrics. It's much better. Let's over here. Let's do the public companies. All right. Market cap is not available. Since they have 34.9 million shares outstanding. I need to go fact check that though. Weird. $12.30.45 is the price here. $33.05. Okay. I'll take that in a second. Let me go get their most updated price and get off NASDAQ's website because it is crazy slow. Back to the page. First 9 months is what we're working with here. Shareholder equity is way down. And our liabilities have gone. Liabilities have gone down 129,000 really. Debt to asset ratio is an even 1, so we're not. Oh, man, that's tough. Yeah, we literally have a $3 million surplus with 2.5 billion in assets, so that's not great. So liabilities have not reduced along with assets. That's why our shareholder equity is falling in value. I think that's why they had a pretty shitty IPO today. Preferred shareholder equity is 0. On that in a second. Income has gone positive last year. It's not positive before then. So it's gone 362,000 or 362 million in our favor. These numbers are going to be over there. We'll see our profit margins in a second. And we'll see the tail of the tape. So our profit margins went from negative 12% the year before in 2019 for the first 9 months to positive 9% in the first 9 months of 2020. So heading in the right direction, but somehow our assets got reduced substantially in that process as well. let's go check our book value per share out. I got a feeling it's not going to be great. We will see, though. Yeah, book value per share saying that our shares are worth about 1 penny a pop. And at even $12 and 34 cents a share, they're trading for over 1,700 times what the book value per share is. Oh, yikes. All right. Oh, boy. All right, JC, did you catch all that? So yeah, that's Joanne Fabrics. I would not touch that, JC. We don't have their numbers post IPO, but yeah, they're pre-IPO numbers. Um, it looks like the IPO may have just been to save the company. That looks like it's just getting eaten alive right now. Um, yeah, book value per share, as you can see, when you have $2.5 million in asset, or I'm sorry, $2.5 billion in assets, you Joanne Fabrics is not a brand new company. They've been around for a long time, and they've only got $3.5 million of total shareholder equity, which is why our equity is worth so little over here. Well, let's see what happens if we push this out. It's worth not even full cent. This belongs on the OTCs according to this. So it's not a great buy. I wouldn't touch it. I would maybe wait until next quarter, see how they're doing after 1 quarter of being public, wait for their reports to come out. Yeah, that's all I could really, advise, or that's what I would do. I can't advise anything, gotta remember that, but I wouldn't touch this company. It's not being run well. Um, all right, I do have a call with my father and another compliance director coming up in about 10 minutes, so I need to get ready for that. Sorry for showing up late today. I know I usually do the mornings, but guys, gotta get used to it. Every other Friday, I'm a big believer in if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. And if you play good, they pay good. So, every other Friday at 10 a.m., from now until the end of eternity, I got a date with my menace, my barber. Absolute menace to society, wizard with the clippers. Um, so yeah, I've got that at 10 a.m. every other Friday. So every other Friday I'll be streaming in the afternoons. But you can get used to me getting back onto my normal schedule. Not starting Monday. I got a meeting with a client at 11 o'clock, so I got to prioritize them. After my meeting with my client, I will be on the stream. So, all right. Well, y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. I hope that y'all enjoyed what we have been putting together for you. I hope that y'all have found some use out of the sheet that we published on the website. I am definitely relieved to have a good version up there for y'all, so I can leave the office before 10 o'clock now, hopefully next week. But, in entrepreneurship, we're not usually that fortunate. Just as soon as one project finishes, the next one begins. So, uh, well, I'll keep my fingers crossed. But until then, y'all know where to find me. Reach out to any of my socials below if you want to contact me on there. Otherwise, contact me in the Discord. Make sure you tag me, or preferably just send me a private message. I will respond to all private messages typically within 1 day of receiving them. So again, appreciate y'all for y'all support this entire time. We'll continue building next week. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Make some money the rest of the day in the last 12 minutes. And yeah, let's go stack hunting again starting on Monday.